something like, men, you can't live with them, you can't shoot them.
Okay, this would be titled the Avani Violence Show, I think.
I swear to you, I saw that and I just fell about laughing, thinking, oh my God. So it just goes to show that, yeah, we do get on each other's nerves, innit? Really, really get on each other's nerves. And sometimes you just think, let me remove myself before I do this other person the damage. They're getting on my nerves. Oh, people.
But that's a 50-50 also. I think that there are some times when the man in the relationship has the same feeling.
And that's what I'm saying. So be careful, people out there. You don't want to upset your spouse. That's all I'm going to say, because cool, they might want to do you damage. But before the break, in all seriousness, we were talking about the top 10 myths about women. And when I found this out, I thought, okay, this part of the show, it is going to be serious in the sense of myths, especially in this way, can actually harm people and even get people killed, especially women, especially in, certain countries, Africa and India and so on, places where to be a woman is like to be seen as the lesser of the sexes kind of thing. And it's very, because let's say this. In the Western world, we don't really look at that as, yeah, we do joke about, obviously, but it's a joke. It's not here. Something that a woman doesn't get or is seen to be not so good at, if she tries to do it, can actually have her, she'll be fearful for her life, Because, okay, myth 1, women's empowerment comes at the expense of men. And now, if you live in that type of community, and a woman which is not normally seen as what a woman should, and I could say quote unquote, should be doing, listen, a man might feel threatened by that, for example, if he's of that mindset. And a woman, her life could be in danger because he's going to think she is either trying to take over his role or do something that he can't do, which is going to make him look bad. Or do you see what I mean?
Yes, I do.
And I was like, wow, you don't think about it until you see articles like this and you think, my God. Interesting that this is still happening in this day and age. Because, myth 2, girls can't do math or science. Hello, we all know, especially over here, we know that's not true. And we know that is a weird way to think. But in some of these communities, this is what they believe, that if you are a woman, you are the lesser sex. You're not smart enough, basically, to do, for example, maths or science. And you just think, oh, my God. Myth 3, women crack under pressure. Now, we know that is so not true.
But that's relative. I think for the most part, as we say on average, I agree with that. For the most part, I think that women handle pressure differently, and I think they handle it better in most cases. I agree with that. But it's relative to the makeup of the person also. I really do. Yeah. I believe that. I really believe that.
Because that's right, because everyone's different. Not everybody, everyone handles things differently. Not everybody would have capacity maybe to deal with something maybe the way someone else would. It's just, and that's male or female, isn't it?
Exactly.
So because everyone's different. So okay, myth 4 now. This one, this is dangerous because wow, it's a man's world, and yet for the most part it has been, but we have to change that because otherwise women are always going to be seen as less than, not good enough. You get my meaning? And I'm just thinking, oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah, it is. And that's very dangerous. But that's that group of people that I mention almost every show that needs to be put on the ship. They created that myth.
Oh, my Lord. Woo! Well, okay, I would like to put these people on the ship and blast them into space.
Yes.
Okay, myth 5, and again, in all seriousness, she asked for it. Okay, that's a connotation that could just go down many roads. But what I'm going to say is, when somebody thinks like that, and I'm not being funny, it's normally, especially if it's a guy from this part of the world that has that sort of mindset, if they say, for example, a woman's asked for it, whether it's to be attacked or whatever, that's ridiculous. Who would ask for anything like that? But because he decides that he wants to do what he's going to do, the attacker, he decided he wanted to do that. And she didn't ask for it, but who does? You don't ask for things like that. That's somebody's wicked, spiteful mindset that has decided to perpetuate that act of violence. So no, he definitely. Right. A person like that definitely is put on the ship, because we don't need people like that.
Well, and we can throw them in the baggage area.
That's it. That's right. Yeah, put them in there. Make sure they ain't even gonna go on a chair.
Yeah, exactly. They don't get a seat. They just get thrown in the baggage by the engine.
That's it. Okay. Myth 6. Now, I have an article later on that's going to be interesting. But right now, myth 6 is women can't be trusted with money. Okay. Hello.
That is not a true thing. I'm sorry. That is a 50-50 thing. There are some men that do not need to handle their finances.
When they don't know how to.
Right.
And that follows neatly into myth 7, which says that women can't lead, which we already know is a load of old rubbish.
Caca. That is caca.
Yes. Oh, okay. This one, I have to mention this because, okay, wait a second. Myth 8, a woman's health is not a man's concern. That's a load of rubbish. Because listen, if we ain't healthy, okay, it could become his problem, depending on what the reason is why we ain't healthy. Hey, if he's caused it, he's definitely his problem.
Who wrote this list? I mean...
Okay, K-Rose, what do you say to that? A woman's health is not a man's concern. Personally, I disagree.
That's stupidity. I'm not even... Yeah. That's why I didn't even answer. It was like, come on, who wrote that? I mean, my wife's health is just as much my responsibility as my health is hers. So I'm not just going to stand back and say, oh, I see you over there driving a nail through your finger. Well, okay, that's you.
Good luck. Charming. Oh, my God. Myth 9. Girls belong in marriage, not school. This is dangerous, you know. Dangerous. Now, this is why I notice a lot of these things seems to be in these types of countries, Africa, India, as I mentioned earlier, you know, those places where a lot of communities have a lot of myths and things that they use to control their population, as it were. I think that's the best way for me to put it, because it's like if you instill these myths in your youngsters, this is what they grow up and perpetuate amongst their children and so on and so forth. So it keeps those beliefs going when in fact it could, if they had a better mindset to change things, everybody's lives would be so much better, isn't it? You know, and I just, wow.
And those are taught things. The world has changed, and what we teach our sons and daughters is different from a lot of the things were different from what I was taught when I was my son's age, who is in college, or my son's age, who is in middle school. I was taught different things about the world, and I'm so happy that my sons live in a different world now, because I was taught some stupid stuff. Okay.
Yeah, but you didn't carry it on.
Right. Exactly. And that's the other part of it. I I am giving them a better example. And not to say that I had a horrible example, but no. I hope that I am giving them a better example than I had, which is the way it should be. We should evolve.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, that brings me right round to, which is actually interesting because it attaches to what we were talking about last week, which was obviously the housework. Myth says a woman's place is in the home. Now, okay, you know we could go off on one here, but I will not. I will temper my opinion and just say that if they keep saying these types of things, you will have generations of children growing up with the women believing that they have to stay home and look after the children and do the housework and do the cooking and the cleaning, and the men saying that I need a woman, that is her job and that is what she must do, when we all know that is not the case, and it should not be the case in modern day 2016 as we know it. But unfortunately, in some places around the world, they still believe these things, and they still teach their children that is how life is.
And it's not going to end anytime soon.
Okay. I knew you were going to say that, but it's not fair.
Okay, now we're in Avani world now. Everyone step into the world of Avani.
Yeah, I told you I'm going to try and temper it so that we don't go down that rabbit hole.
I mean, there's a difference between what I would love to see and the world that I want to see, right, and the reality of what it's going to take to get there. And there are a lot of things that I wish people that are in my community would do, right, that I know it's not going to be something that they will easily change and something they'll easily do. And so, I've gotten older now. And as a man, there are some things that I know people should change as far as views toward women. And they're changing. It's getting better.
Right, right.
It's better than when I was younger. But there are still people who think that a woman's place is in the kitchen. And I think that's stupid. I do.
Yeah. Well, they might end up putting stuff in the kitchen because no one is going to come and do that for them. So, you see, you led me neatly because I have to ask this. Now, this one's a big one because I know that guys, your ears are going to come up for this one, guys. Your ears are going to pick up. Listen to this. Okay, link 9, Keros. This is an article, and it was gender equality in sports. The article says that most people are thinking, people of that mindset, I should say that sport is not for girls. Hello, come on. And what to do? Ask about the show. Let me know, because listen, we know in this day and age that is a whole load of rubbish. Okay, look how many successful sportswomen there are. Hello, Serena. I could name a few others, but I'm just going to say that, and Okay, so they can't really say that sport is not for girls. It's ridiculous. But this is what has been. People have said this over the years, isn't it? It's because they look how long it took for example, women's football to be, and even now they're still struggling. Must be recognised. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if even the person who led the international organization didn't respect, because he should be out of there soon, I hope, if he's not already gone. But he didn't even respect women's soccer, football.
Mm-hmm. No, there was I think it was the tennis guy. Was it the tennis guy?
Yeah, that person also. He's an idiot.
Well, some of these people, like you said,
You're hitting the nail on the head. I tell you, if I could get that ship done.
Yes. It's the modern-day equivalent of Noah's Ark, isn't it? But it's not. It means that they've blasted off the planet, not saved.
Yeah, well, I mean, my opinion is Noah's Ark was to benefit Earth. Well, and you're right. It would benefit Earth. Noah's Ark
was to benefit, isn't it? But your ship is to send them off into space.
Way off.
So bye-bye to them, innit? That's what you really want to do.
But it would be for the benefit of Earth. Earth would be a better place.
Yeah, in the long run. It won't be their benefit, but it will be for us. Because we will see them again. It's bye-bye.
But they don't think of it as being, or what's beneficial for anyone but themselves anyway.
Right. Well, that's true. They only worry about themselves because they're selfish. Don't think about themselves.
Thank you. And they only think that men can do this and men are the best at that. There are some. I looked at the women's soccer contest. Uh-huh. They don't show them on TV.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if there's a professional women's league, which couldn't get close to what the men's football league.
But it needs funding. I reckon it needs funding, and it needs to get the same type of attention and marketing, because everything these days is usually as a marketing strategy, innit? And if somebody's, if a corporation or whatever is behind you and they believe in you, then they market you accordingly, which means that people, know about you. So if they had a good marketing strategy and they had finance put behind them, then people would want to see it, because the girls can play, just as well as the boys can. Otherwise, what is the point of a team together if they're not any good? Because they're always going to lose, isn't it?
Well, but you go back to how you teach people when they're growing up. We don't teach our sons to watch a female basketball game here in the United States, and so since we don't teach them to do that, when they get older, they don't have it as a automatic, hey, I'm getting ready to go to the girls' basketball game in high school. They're getting ready to go to the guys' games.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's I'm a boy, I look at boy stuff. You're a girl, you look at girl stuff. But if you're a girl, you also will enjoy boy stuff because it's boys doing it. And that's not fair to me.
Yeah, because it's the old thing that that's what we want. Girls want to look at boys doing the